See, this arrow is indicated on this line AB bar, which is having magnitude as well as the direction, magnitude as well as direction. So it is vector quantity. Now we'll see how this is represented. Once again, we'll see some example. So suppose this line, only one vector. So A bar, it may be B bar, or this may be P bar. So in this way, they are also represented by a single capital letter with an arrow above it. So these are some examples of the representation of a vector. These are some vectors which already we have seen some examples of the vector, that is position, velocity or force. Position, velocity or force. These are examples. These are examples of the vectors which can be shown like this. And this arrow indicates that it is vector quantity. Now we'll see some of the types of the vectors. These vectors can be classified based on their orientation. So based on their orientation means how they are oriented, whether they are parallel to each other, then it is called as two vectors are parallel vectors. They are parallel to each other. These are parallel vectors. So they are in the same direction. I can say that these are in the same direction. So these are parallel vectors. Then A bar is equal to B bar. So vectors have, if equal vectors, they are in same direction and same magnitude. If magnitude of A is equal to magnitude of B and the direction of A is same as that of a direction of B, then these vectors are called as equal vectors. Means two parallel vectors are said to be equal vectors if they have some same magnitude. Means what is the condition required? Two vectors must be parallel to each other. In addition to that, they should have equal magnitude. They should have same magnitude. Means the two vectors which are having same magnitude and two vectors are said to be anti-parallel vectors. Two vectors are said to be anti-parallel vectors if they are in opposite direction. They are in opposite direction to each other. Then these vectors are called as the anti-parallel vectors. Then another example is the negative vectors. Negative vectors means they have same magnitude. Anti-parallel, what we have seen, they have same magnitude. They have same magnitude but opposite in direction. Now they have anti-parallel means they are opposite in direction. They are in opposite in direction. Similarly here also they are in opposite direction but magnitudes are same. Opposite in direction but magnitudes are same. Means magnitude of A is equal to magnitude of B, but the direction, if I see, B is exactly reverse of this A. Exactly reverse. It is exactly in opposite direction to vector A. So I can say that A bar is equal to minus of B bar. Every time how to read this, it is bar. So I can say that instead of arrow also, I can only draw here line. Here, say line segment can also be drawn. Then it is also okay. So these are the different ways to show these vectors. So A bar is equal to minus B bar, or P bar, if I see, it is traveling in this direction, Q bar is traveling opposite to it. So P bar is equal to minus Q bar. So these are called as negative vectors. These are called as negative vectors. Now next type of the vector is collinear vectors. Collinear vectors means they are traveling in the same line. The two vectors are said to be collinear vectors. Two vectors are said to be collinear vectors if they act along a same line. If they act along a same line, then these two vectors are called as collinear vectors. These vectors are called as collinear vectors. So A bar B bar if I see, P bar, Q bar, they are traveling along the same line. They actually, these are in opposite direction, but they are traveling in the same line. P bar, Q bar, if I see, they are traveling in the same direction and along the same line. So these vectors are called as collinear vectors. The next type of vector is the co-initial vectors. So in the co-initial vectors, they have common starting point. Co-initial vectors, they have common starting point. So if I see vector A bar, A, B, C and D, they are originating from the same point. They are originating from the same point. So their starting point is same. They are having common initial point. So these points are called as, these vectors are called as co-initial vectors. The next type of vector is coplanar vectors. The next type of vectors are coplanar vectors. Means they are lying in the same plane. They are lying within a same plane. These vectors are called as a coplanar vectors. So see the vectors A, B, C, D. They are lying in the same plane. These vectors are called as coplanar vectors. Then the next is exactly opposite to coplanar. Another is the non-coplanar vectors. Another is non-coplanar vectors. Now these are called as, they are not lying in the same plane. They are not lying in the same plane, but they are distributed in the same space. They are distributed in the same space. So if you see A, B and C, these three vectors, these are called as non-coplanar vectors. These are called as non-coplanar vectors. Then the another classification of vector is based on the basis of effect. Basis of effect. So its screen is visible. Its screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any doubt up till now? Just few basic things we have cleared, that is scalar. So what do you mean by scalar? We'll just refresh ourselves.
Ma'am, your voice is not clear.
Hello,
Hello, ma'am.
am I audible?
Hello.
Am I audible?
आवाज येत नाही मॅम.
Am I audible now? Just see. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, so we'll see the basic concept. So we have seen scalars. Scalar is nothing but it is a physical quantity which is characterized by magnitude. Vector is the physical quantity which is characterized by magnitude and direction. Then we have seen how this vector can be represented. Arrow has to be shown. Arrow is to be there. Arrow should be shown. That we have seen. Then it is the starting point and end point. That direction will be given by this AB bar. Then accordingly we have seen angle theta is there. Then different types of the vector. So based on their orientation, whether they are parallel to each other, anti-parallel, they are lying within the same plane or opposite plane, that we have seen whether they are equal in magnitude or exactly opposite in direction. Accordingly, we can classify the vectors. Another classification is based on the basis of effect. Basis of effect. So first point is the polar vector. First type of the vector is polar vectors. The vectors which are having straight line effect are called as polar vectors. So these are the examples, that is displacement, acceleration, velocity and force. These are the examples of the polar vectors. These are the examples of the polar vectors. Then another is we can give the rotational effect. rotational effect to the vector. These are called as axial vectors. So this is general. Actually, in detail, we are not going with these types of the vectors. So these are the examples: angular momentum, angular acceleration, angular velocity or torque. These are some examples. Then next point, we'll go with the vector addition. So already we know two quantities can be added, subtracted, multiplication and division can be done. These are the arithmetic operations which can be carried out on the vector also. So already we are familiar with the scalar quantities, how those two quantities can be added. Directly magnitudes will be get added. So we'll know 3 plus 5. Everyone knows, no? 3 plus 5. What will be the answer? You can unmute. 3 plus 5 येते हैं ना सगळ्यांना? 3 plus 5 किती होते हैं? Hello? Am I audible? You should unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
So 3 plus 5. Rutuja, you can tell. 3 plus 5 addition you can do, no? Can you add these two quantities? 3 plus 5 कितने येते हैं?
8.
Okay, good. If I consider 3 and another quantity is minus 5, another quantity is minus 5, then it will be 3 plus minus 5, means it will become minus 2.
Minus 2.
Okay. So what we are doing in scalar quantities, now you can mute yourself. Directly magnitudes are added. Directly magnitudes are added. But in vector quantities, same things cannot be done. We have to use here geometrical methods. Geometrical methods or parallelogram method has to be used. In addition to these arithmetic laws, means A plus B already we know, A plus B is equal to B plus A. Same notations are followed or same rules has been followed during the vectors also. Vector addition, subtraction or multiplication is done in the same way, but here direction is also taken into account and some geometrical methods or parallelogram methods has to be used while doing additions and subtractions. So we'll see how this is done. So first example, consider this vector A, consider this vector A, consider this vector B, and the resultant is shown by vector C. Resultant shown. So what I have done, the starting point of A and the end point of B has been joined together. So C bar I will get as A bar plus B bar. A bar plus B bar is equal to C bar. So this is the triangle law. Then another thing, we can have a parallelogram. So A bar, if now in the previous figure, if I see the end point of the first vector is the starting point of another vector, then it uses the triangle law. So the triangle completing this ABC triangle will be completed, and third side will give us the addition of these two vectors A and B. But if the case is different, that is starting point of both vector is same now. Starting point in the previous case, what is happened? The starting points are different. The starting point of the second vector is the end point of the first. Now here starting point is same. Then what I will do? I will complete this parallelogram, and this diagonal of parallelogram gives us the addition of these two vectors. So C bar is equal to A bar plus B bar. That will be according to parallelogram. I will get addition in this way. Then in some examples, if we have 4 vectors, we can complete the polygon and we can have addition of this. Now we'll see some properties of addition of vectors, some properties of the vectors.